Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Innama shifa'ul 'idyi as-su'al. The cure of a sick person is in asking. If you are sick, if you are ill, then you need to ask a doctor, you need to ask someone for medicine, and that will help you to treat that sickness. If you don't ask, you will never get treated. Okay? Now this opens up, this hadith opens up the meaning to a larger spectrum. For instance, you're having a problem in your religious matters. If you don't ask someone, you'll never find the solution. You'll never find the answer. So if you need help to ask, then you will need to ask. And you will ask and you'll get the answer. إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالْخَوَاتِيمِ. The a'mal are judged by the last ones. So whatever your last a'mal will be, basically you'll be judged by those by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِنَّمَا الْقَبَرُ رَوْضَةٌ مِّن رِيَاضِ الْجَنَّةِ أَوْ حُفْرَةٌ مِّن حُفْرِ.
What does that mean? Meaning if somebody does bad things all the time, but in the end he does a good thing, so you person will be judged by good things.
Yeah.
So all the bad
things could be erased if he made tawbah. If you make tawbah, then Allah may forgive all that. إِنَّمَا الْقَبْرُ رَوْضَةٌ مِّن رِيَاضِ الْجَنَّةِ أَوْ حُفْرَةٌ مِّن حُفَرِ النَّارِ. The grave is either a garden from the gardens of paradise or a pit from the pits of hellfire. So you will start getting the taste of what you get in Jannah or Jahannam right from grave. And the grave doesn't mean that you have to be inside the actual grave. Grave means after death. Wherever you may be in the ocean, your body could be in the ocean, your body could be in the jungle, your body could be devoured by a beast or something like that. But your grave will be that thing. So you start tasting the punishment or the reward of your good deeds and bad deeds right from there. Al-Jumlatul Fi'liya. Now we come to those sentences that begin with a verb. Okay? Number 115. كَادَ الْفَقْرُ أَن يَكُونَ كُفْرًا. It is likely that poverty may enable someone to commit an act of kufr. The reason why the Prophet ﷺ said this is because sometimes when you are suffering from extreme poverty, you start basically blaming Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you start saying things like this. Why did Allah have to do this to me? Why me? Why not other people? And this is exactly kufr. To say something like that to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that, oh Allah, why me? Why you did this to me? You cannot question Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you cannot challenge Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And another way you may commit kufr because of poverty. Let's say you are suffering so much from poverty and someone comes to you and says, if you convert to Christianity or Judaism, I'll give you this much money. This is happening in Africa, where people are actually paying others, poor Muslims, to convert. And they are doing it. So, what was the cause of your, kufr? Poverty. That's why you should pray to Allah, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-faqr. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from poverty. Number 116. يُبْعَثُ كُلُّ عَبْدٍ عَلَى مَا مَاتَ عَلَيْهِ. Every person will be resurrected over that which he died upon. So whatever religion you died upon, whatever state you died upon, you will be resurrected in that. Number 117. كَفَى بِالْمَرْءِ كَذِبًا أَن يُحَدِّثَ بِكُلِّ مَا سَمِعَ. It is enough for a person to be considered a liar that he narrates everything that he hears. So everything he hears here and there, he starts narrating it. He becomes part of that propaganda. When you start narrating as well, you're basically becoming part of the machine. That happens with the news media. you hear something in the news, then you tell someone, he will tell someone, he will tell. So you become part of the chain. So if you don't know the verification of something, if you don't know the truthfulness of something, don't tell it to someone else.
That's
Because
why we need to have our own media.
yes, because
I'm working on it.
inshallah, you'll become part of it otherwise. 118. يغفر للشهيد كل شيء إلا الدين. Everything will be forgiven for a martyr except debt. Debt is something that will not be forgiven for anyone. Not even a martyr, not even someone who gave his life in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Well, Brother Mukhtar, where are you going?
I'm going to walk.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm going to.
You don't want to eat lunch?
I can take anything, but.
We're going to eat lunch inshallah in just 2 minutes. Number 119. لُعِنَ عَبْدُ الدِّينَارِ وَلُعِنَ عَبْدُ الدِّرْهَمِ. Allah's curse is upon the slave of dinar, and Allah's curse is upon the slave of dirham. Number 120. حُجِبَتِ النَّارُ بِالشَّهَوَاتِ وَحُجِبَتِ الْجَنَّةُ بِالْمَكَارِهِ. The meaning of the hadith 119 is that those people were the slaves of money. Like whatever money tells them to do, whatever money wants them to do, that's what they do. Then obviously they're not the servants of Allah. They're not the slaves of Allah. And those who are the slaves of money, they will always do these kind of things. That's why Allah curses them. حُجِبَتِ النَّارُ بِالشَّهَوَاتِ. The hell has been covered by the desires and lusts. وَحُجِبَتِ الْجَنَّةُ بِالْمَكَارِهِ. And Jannah, garden, has been covered with the difficult things. The things that you don't like waking up early in the morning for Fajr, nobody likes that. And staying up late in the night for Isha, nobody likes that. And fasting in the 19-hour day, it's a very difficult thing. But Jannah is covered behind these things. And Jahannam is covered under things like, drinking, fornication, backbiting, and hurting other people, taking riba, interest, and all of that. So Jahannam is behind that. So when you start doing that, you're basically going towards Jahannam. And when you do the hard things, you're going towards Jannah. Number 121. يَهْرَمُ ibn Adam وَيَشِبُّ مِنْهُ إِثْنَانِ. The son of Adam ages, but two things continue to become younger. And what are those two things? الْحِرْسُ عَلَى الْمَالِ. The greed of wealth. وَالْحِرْسُ عَلَى الْعُمْرِ. And the greed of life. So the greed of life and the greed of wealth continues to become younger and younger, and the person is becoming older and older. Okay, inshallah. Let's eat, inshallah. Let's eat. Brother Mukhtar, where's the food? It's being warmed up?
The question is, what made it so difficult to go to heaven? Why can you party and go to heaven? You're going to party over there anyway.
There has to be some limitation of the space, everybody.
They say you're going to party, yeah, do whatever you want. So, you're going to do that anyway, so why can't you do it anyway and still do the same thing?
وحجب الجنة بالمكاره مكان يعني بس الصلاة الصبح بعد النص تروح المسجد نعم وجنة الكافر جنة الكافر